Is homeschool more beneficial than traditional school? Today, traditional schooling practices are a thing of the past. We are seeing more and more families choose homeschool for their children. In the past, homeschool was mostly seen in families that had very strict religious beliefs. There have been a lot of changes in the homeschool community, and so many are starting to question if homeschool really is more beneficial than traditional schooling. Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I was a public school student as well as a homeschool student. And from my personal experience and research, I find that homeschool students can, in fact, benefit more than traditional school students. Today, we're going to talk about 3 basic ways that homeschool is better than traditional school in this video. So one of the first points and most beneficial things we're going to talk about is the flexibility that homeschool gives. So whether that may be a flexible schedule to benefit and accommodate a busy parent schedule, or to give freedom to participate in other educational activities. So there are so many families that both parents are busy workers because they have to. And they can split the teaching responsibilities on their own time and still teach the way that they want with homeschooling. Most parents utilize the flexibility to supplement home lessons for band or choir, bowling leagues, and other sports. In my research, I have heard of several families that only school for so many hours a day and use the other time to volunteer for political and social causes. I have a young lady that volunteers at my job right now in a physical therapy clinic, and she also volunteers at hospitals because one day she would like to work in the medical field. I also did the same in high school. It was such a great experience and a great way to get ahead. The other great thing about the flexibility is that you can go to places or travel while others are in school, so it is less crowded and usually less expensive. That's great. The second point we're going to talk about is the freedom. Freedom to teach what we want, freedom to instill all the values and morals that we want, and freedom to talk about the political and religious beliefs that we have. A good way to instill that in our children. Homeschool allows for us to pray when we want. So many parents choose to homeschool their children every year to shield their kids from some things that are considered socially acceptable in the public school system that we're not comfortable with. We don't like that school nurses are giving out condoms. We don't like that the science classes are teaching evolution, and we don't like the curriculum that suggests that homosexuality is an acceptable alternative lifestyle. While I'm not judging anyone that lives that way, because I know so many that do, most parents are still trying to direct their children in a different path and protect them for as long as they can in a healthy way. The third and final topic I want to talk about is customized learning that homeschool allows. Lots of students, including my brother, suffer or get pushed aside by a school system because they don't learn like others do or meet certain standards. Whether that may be because they are slow learners that need a little more attention, or students that are more advanced and are bored. Homeschool gives parents the ability to customize learning ways and curriculum for each child, often allowing them to pursue interests beyond what they would be permitted in traditional schooling, and allowing them to work at their own pace. We all know a student that suffers from ADD or ADHD. Most teachers in the school system just don't want to give the students the time that they need, and they want them on medication. They just don't want to deal with the extra time or attention that they need, just because simply they aren't allowed that extra. So most of the time, these students just need to be challenged more, and they need more opportunity for physical activities. From my personal experience, every child learns differently. We all know that. My brother and I were in the same grade level growing up, and our learning needs were nothing alike. They were so different. He needed more hands-on learning, and I needed visual learning. It was just completely different. The homeschool world allows for that different approach for each child, and the teacher to student ratio just simply does not allow for tailored education in public school. If you don't fit in, you get lost, and it becomes frustrating, not only for the student, but the parents as well. Although these three things are great and positive, sometimes homeschooling just may not be the right thing for your student, for your child. Some say that homeschool students are socially awkward or they don't perform well with standardized testing. Well, as this isn't always true, sometimes it is. If parents don't choose to utilize the benefits of homeschool, like participating in activities outside of the home, to volunteer, or hook up with homeschool groups, they may struggle with social skills in the future. Parents do choose homeschool to protect their children and to shield their children, but if they don't maintain a healthy balance with the outside world, their children will suffer. They won't know how to act one day when placed in the real world. So now, as far as testing goes, studies have shown that homeschool students tend to score higher and perform well on standardized testing over traditional school students. So, to lay it out on the line, the benefits of homeschool absolutely outweigh the bad. If I can give my child the opportunity to reach his full potential and for him to do things that he normally wouldn't, all because of my decision to school him at home, I'd be thrilled. As long as you're utilizing the great advantages, your child should have no problems in life from an academic or social standpoint. If your child needs something a little extra, or if your family has a busy schedule, or your beliefs don't quite line up with the public school systems, you should really consider a different option for your child's education. And I believe that homeschool should be on the top of that list. Thanks so much for being here with me today, and I hope this video was helpful and educational and it helped you and your family. Thank you.